A very good afternoon to everybody looking at us all over the globe, all over the continent. We welcome you to this first edition of our Sport Arena on Newsbuster NGTV. On this Sport Arena, we'll be bringing onto your face, to your fingertips, all what has to do with sports, athletics, football, boxing, wrestling, irrespective of any continent. Join us as we unfold the goodies for this week. Mind you, you can recall that today happens to be the first day for the UEFA Champions League in Europe, all over the world, whereby majority of the sport enthusiasts all over the world will be looking at what's going to happen on tonight's match. Join me as I welcome your guest on Sport Arena. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Sport Arena.
Nice meeting you.
Well, like they said, football rules the world. And
Yes.
tonight in Europe, the greatest football event is happening. Apart from the World Cup, the Champions League follows. And tonight, almighty Chelsea will be visiting the champion of Croatia, Dynamo Zagreb. And that happens to be the first match of the day.
What's our expectation in that match?
Well, the expectation is, as for the Blues, I will stand with the Blues because I love English football and everything happened on English soil.
But mind you, looking at the performance and the recent encounters Chelsea has experienced for the past five previous matches they played in the English Premier side, what do you see?
Point of correction,
Yeah.
football is dynamic and
Okay.
you don't judge your first match to your second match. Football as it is dynamic game, and a slip of a minute can cause you a misfortune. I believe Chelsea, being a former champion, two-time champion, who wants to stamp their feet. With the arrears of players they have, Aubameyang is back to Chelsea, although I don't think he will be playing tonight's match, but Chelsea is coming out victorious.
But looking in the likes of Ziyech, Kai Havertz, Kante, James, and other valuable players along that defense line, Thiago Silva is inclusive. Do you think Chelsea is going to go a long way as we proceed in this UEFA
Thiago
Champions League?
Silva is a statement on his own, a midfield maestro. And with him in Chelsea's lined up today, I feel the midfield will be up to the task. Chelsea, for one, once they played like it is in England, everybody knows it's an old folks something in England. Chelsea can be beaten by any other small team in England that is not well known. But when it comes to the Champions League, give it to Chelsea.
Looking at the Champions League tonight, Dynamo Zagreb, Chelsea. What's the scoreline?
My scoreline will be 3-1.
In
In respect of Chelsea winning 3-1.
Chelsea fan, are you there? 3-1. Who is the support? Please send us a text on 081 6847 6778. And you shall win a goodies at the end of the match. Whosoever that gets a correct score on this line. Yeah, aside from Chelsea, a lot of matches are happening in the UEFA Champions League today. Looking in the life of PSG versus Juventus.
We want to talk about PSG Juventus. It will be like a war, a fight between Angel Di Maria, who was formerly of PSG, but now with Juventus, and Neymar, Lionel Messi, and the young boy on the block now, Kylian Mbappe. It's going to be a lovely match to behold. But come 8 p.m. today in Paris, I have the feelings Paris Saint-Germain will triumph over Juventus.
Why do you say so? Is it in the likes of Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe appearing on that pitch?
with Neymar being on the side of PSG, having played up to the final where they succumbed to the fireworks of Real Madrid, I believe Lionel Messi, starting today's match, who wants to make a statement that after Barca, there's still life in Paris Saint-Germain.
But you are also forgetting the fact that if PSG happens to want to be the one ruling them in France, Juventus also happens to be the one ruling the king of Italian.
Juventus were champion in Italy, but as out of last season, AC Milan won the league, and AC Milan is the one leading them to this year. AC Milan is leading the Italian team to this year's
UEFA Champions
Champions
League.
League.
I agree
And
with you.
today, AC Milan is playing. The second match in Group E is between RB Salzburg and AC Milan.
Wow. RB Salzburg
Yeah,
facing a old giant of Italian league, AC Milan. That was the defending champion of the league.
yeah.
Well, on another side, I want us to also digress a little bit and look into other various Champions League that are also coming up tonight in the likes of Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich.
Inter Milan will be playing tomorrow.
Inter Milan will be playing tomorrow, yeah.
But today's match, we have Group E to Group H. In Group E, we have the first match of the day, Dynamo Zagreb versus Chelsea.
Yes.
Then we have Salzburg versus AC Milan. In Group F, we have Glasgow Celtic versus the defending champion, Real Madrid, that have won the Champions League 14 good times.
Wow.
A record that would be so hard to break in Europe.
But also not forgetting the fact that the Celtic of Scotland coming to meet the defending champion of the Spanish. That was the two champions are facing each other.
For those that played sport belts, I would suggest, if you want to play, stake your money on 2.5, because there will be trailers of goals
in that match. Looking in the life of Ignatius Junior, that boy, that man is so massive.
Vinicius Junior today, as of today, have been granted Spanish citizen. So with that, he's now an EU player. And that alone have paved way for him to play in any match that Madrid will be having.
That draws my attention to what you just said now. What makes Ignatius Junior to be granted an Spanish resident permit, even being a citizen?
Yes.
And meanwhile, it has also played on several occasions for his own national team in the Brazilian national team.
You see, as it is in Europe, there's this law that says, as an EU player, you must have a certain number of EU players in your match. So that one alone will have been a destabilizing factor against Vinicius Junior. But him being granted the EU player status, that gives him the privilege to play any match, anytime, any day, as long as Europe continent is.
Automatically, that tells us that hard work, commitment, dedication to whatever you are doing definitely has a reward.
Yes.
One day. Ignatius Junior, on this note, I say congratulations to you and all your followers on the internet. Yes, following the trend of our Champions League fixtures for today.
I would like us to go to, we've just discussed about Group E, Group F. Let's go to Group G and C.
Group G, H. We have Borussia Dortmund of Germany facing Copenhagen, while we have Sevilla of Spain facing
Man City.
Manchester City of England.
Let me talk about Sevilla Man City. Man City is coached by Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola have won the Champions League with Barcelona. He tried it with Bayern Munich. He couldn't win. He has been in Man City for a couple of years now. And that's one of the things that is eluding the Man City team. And looking at Man City is a team that is run by the Arab rich guys. And if you check out the history of Man City, you will discover that the Al Mansour family have bought into several teams in Europe. Is it in Spain? The Man City franchise is running Genoa in Spain. They've just bought a team in Italy, Palermo. They have a team in Brazil. They have a team in Argentina. They have a team virtually in. So you won't be surprised when you see players being exchanged from one team
To
to the
another.
main Man City team. And looking at it, the most elusive thing Man City is looking for, Pep Guardiola is looking for, is to be the person, the coach that would win the UEFA Champions League for Man City.
But you're also
And
forgetting the
that
fact
match
that
will produce a 2.5 goals difference.
in respect of go,
Go 2.5. Because
like
Sevilla won't want to be at home in Spain and allow Man City
to
to do all the
score.
scoring without them too scoring.
Okay, as it is now, looking at the Sevilla in Spain, if you are to also say something about Sevilla is not a small team.
Sevilla is never a small team.
And Sevilla, if you are to rate Sevilla,
A team that have won the UEFA
Europa League
Europa League 3 times consecutively. No team have done that.
in the
That
history,
in the history. Atletico Madrid tried 2 times in a row, but Sevilla came and did it 3 times in a row. And consistently,
without no interference.
For that 3 good years, they were the champion. The funny aspect of the first year they won, that gave them a ticket to play in the Champions League. They dropped from the group stage back to the UEFA. They won.
Here we are tonight. Sevilla taking on Manchester City in Spain. What is your view? Drop your comments on Newsbuster NGTV. Let's hear your views. Your scoreline, let us know. 213020413252424233. Let's hear your view. Let's see how it goes. Just scoreline on 08168476778. We have your goodies on standby. Whosoever that first got it right. Meanwhile, we also have some other matches.
Yeah, we
Why
have the match
Leipzig facing Shakhtar Donetsk.
In Group F, RB Leipzig versus Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yes.
Shakhtar Donetsk is the champion of Ukraine. RB Leipzig came from Germany. And the funny aspect is RB Leipzig is in Group F. Why in Group E? RB Strasbourg happens to be a team that is one owner owns Leipzig and Salzburg.
Wow.
Leipzig is in Germany, while Salzburg is in Austria. Just a little boundary difference between Salzburg and Austria and Germany. But I want to give it out to RB Leipzig. They will triumph over Shakhtar Donetsk. The reason for this is Shakhtar Donetsk, after the invasion of Russia in Ukraine, football in Ukraine have not been the same again. Even in Russia, football have not been the same again.
In fact, that also draws my attention.
And that alone
to the crisis.
That alone have made all the Russian teams that have qualified for Europe to be suspended. Even the Russian national team were suspended from participating in the World Cup.
Looking at the performance of the Shakhtar Donetsk this night, give and take, what's your opinion?
Shakhtar Donetsk who wants to play for pride, just to show that whatsoever is happening in Ukraine has not dampened their morale.
But also forgetting the fact that Leipzig in Germany was trashed down by a team
Uh,
counterpart over the weekend.
yes, like I said earlier when we started, I said your first match, second match does not determine your fate. And like I said when I was discussing about Chelsea, that Leeds United can come over and beat Chelsea, but when it comes to Europe and Dynamo Zagreb, I don't see Dynamo Zagreb beating Chelsea.
Wow.
So
If you are just joining us, you are watching Sport Arena on Newsbuster NGTV. Please just stay tuned on our channel, your channel, and follow us as we unfold a lot of goodies that we are bringing to you. We've been discussing about the likes of Chelsea facing Dynamo Zagreb, PSG taking on Juventus, Richard Dortmund taking on Copenhagen, Sevilla on Man City. What is your opinion? What are we looking up to this night? These fixtures of a team, it takes me somehow when the fixtures was drawn about a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, how are they going to survive in this group?
well, some groups are called group of death, while some groups are just a walked over groups. That brings us to the one of the last match of today, Benfica versus Maccabi Haifa.
Yes.
Benfica is a high scoring side, and we see the way they qualified.
And Benfica is even in form.
They are in
The way
form.
they trash the opponents nowadays is beyond imagination.
Benfica match with Maccabi Haifa will produce a 2.5 results matches, because I see Benfica winning by a margin of 3. And I also see Maccabi Haifa scoring at least 1 goal or 2 goals to augment the loss. That group will be a tight group because Benfica, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus will want to qualify. And it's only teams that
That has to
needs to
qualify
qualify.
in
So
a
the
group.
third in a group, the third team will drop to Europa. So who drops to Europa and who qualify between Benfica, PSG, and Juventus? The whipping boy in that group will be Maccabi Haifa. So it's now left to show which player desired this more than the other team.
That also draws my attention when we're discussing to Juventus. Looking at the likes of Di Maria over a couple of weeks, the rate of his performance, how can you rate him?
The Maria is playing on the different new terrain, from Madrid to Man U, from Man U to PSG, now from PSG to Juventus. He wants to make a statement. I'm an all-round player. I fit in into anything except in England, where
And looking at the
he
individual
could not.
ability of each players, in the likes of Neymar, in the likes of Messi, in the likes of Mbappe, at that forward, do you think Juventus can overcome them?
I don't see Juventus overcoming PSG. Like I said earlier, I said PSG is going to win Juventus tonight.
Hmm. PSG is going to
I don't
win
want to be a soothsayer, but I see
Juventus
PSG.
tonight. How
But
sure are we?
it's not about how sure are we. What I want people to understand is Lionel Messi, after playing all his football career, winning every other thing he has been able to win in Barcelona, who wants to repeat, make a statement in PSG that is equally capable and equal to the task, as long as the round leather ball is concerned.
And following the trend of the same Champions League proceeding tomorrow,
Tomorrow we'll be having matches. Juventus,
Inter Milan
Inter
facing
Milan,
Bayern Munich.
Bayern
The
Munich,
ja- the German. That is
German
the
machine.
German machine.
Inter Milan will be under the fireworks of
Bayern Munich.
Sadio Mane.
Wow.
Sadio Mane is the new guy on block in Bayern Munich. So far, so good. He has been able to score at least 2 or 3 goals in how many matches he has played. And his performance have rubbed off on Liverpool.
Wow.
Everybody saw the way Liverpool is after Mane
Why do you say so,
left.
sir?
Mane was like an engine room
To Liverpool
to
then.
Liverpool. As a midfielder, as a striker, he was always there. He knows when to throw the pass. He knows when to jump in, expecting a pass to come in. And like then in Liverpool, you saw the way the attack was
Yes. So
uh,
impressive.
impressive, just like in those days of Barca, where we have Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, and you always be hearing the commentator say, Iniesta is with the ball, he passes it to Xavi, Xavi to Messi, and the next thing you hear is a goal.
Go.
So it was with Sadio Mane when he was in Liverpool. You always hear Firmino is with the ball. He gave it to Salah. Salah have just thrown a pass to Mane, and the next thing you hear is a goal. The reverse is always Messi, Mane, Salah, and Firmino.
If I may get you right, what you are trying to say in essence is that Bayern Munich wouldn't miss Lewandowski
For
transfer to Barcelona right
no,
now.
no, 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 no. Sadio Mane is still within the age limit. Lewandowski is getting older.
But looking at the performance of Lewandowski over the weekend, from that square play that was crossed to him and he chested and swapped that ball acrobatic, wouldn't you think
Yeah.
he's still a very good competitive player?
Lewandowski is from is it Poland? And the little research I did about him was he said he grew up with a sister that the parents were sport lovers, and at the early stage of his life, he started with gymnastics and acrobats.
Wow, that makes
So
it
easy
easy.
for him. That makes him to be so flexible
Because I
that
was looking at that square play.
the the gymnastic aspect of him, he learned at his early age before he now switch over to football. Gives him that upper hand and makes him so flexible that he can turn, lift at any moment to score a goal with
Wow,
his leg, not even with the head.
wow, wow,
So that alone have a plus on his side.
wow. Looking at Barcelona team right away with that squad, which Xavi was the manager, presently was the head coach. What do you think? Do you think they can go far in this? Both in Spain and even present UEFA Champions League that is about to start.
Presently, Xavi is trying his best
Mm.
to see. Like I do argue with people that last year nobody expected that Barcelona will qualify for the Champions League because of where they were.
In the
Then
lives of Dembele and others.
today, Dembele is no more there. Barca is owing a lot of debts, and they need to send off so many players in order for them to be able to buy new players. Lewandowski, give it to him, 2 years is off the
Out of football.
out of football.
Wow, wow, wow.
So that alone, Lewandowski too wants to make a statement. I left Bayern Munich. I've made all what I need to make from Borussia Dortmund to Bayern Munich, then now to Barcelona.
And then in those
In
days,
those days, you always
wow,
hear the commentator
in the
saying
lives of Philippe Lam,
that
Frank Ribery,
Lewandowski, even without looking at the goalpost, he knows
he knows what to do.
where the goalpost is, and he knows how
Exactly,
to end his ball.
exactly,
So you
exactly.
can't take it out from him.
Coming to the grassroots, coming back home, following the trend of an international friendly match going up for the preparation of the Women's World Cup, Nigerian Super Falcons was scratched down last week, or if
On
I'm not
last Saturday.
last Saturday, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. when we took on the United States of America,
Yeah.
we were trashed down 4-0. That's
USA.
so that's not impressive at all.
USA have won the Women World Cup three
On several
times, or
occasions.
more than three times. The Super Falcons, the least have been quarterfinal. You don't compare the Super Falcon of Nigeria with US women national team.
What makes
The,
it different, sir?
the difference is so clear according to this popular soft drink in Nigeria.
Which of the popular subject?
Just forget about the name. We are not here to advertise
for, for,
anybody.
in order to avoid marketing.
But what is there is, like they always say, the difference is clear. Last Saturday at the Kansas City, Missouri, Mercy Park, Kansas City, the Super Falcons lost 4-0
To USA.
to the US national team.
But what do
And
you think we
today,
need to do to put in place to regulate that 4-0 as we prepared also ahead of the Women World
World
Cup?
Cup.
Yes.
As we prepare the ahead of the Women World Cup, I see the Super Falcons, although in Africa continent, the South Africa is leading the delegation. And South Africa too have been playing. It's likely today or tomorrow they will be playing their second match with Brazil.
Wow. What the scoreline will be?
Where Brazil, USA, they owns the female football. The rest are just trying to see what they can do. And just of recent, England have made a statement that they too, they are in for the women football. They won the Europa women football, beating Germany in the final. So today, I will see England being among the team that wants to make a statement.
But in the light of this, our Aziza to Shoala, don't you think the lady is going
Uh,
far in football?
Azizad is going far in football, but during the last African Women Championship, it shows that Azizad is becoming too big for the Super Falcon. I won't blame him. Reason not far-fetched from where she is. She have people that she can play with compared to the national team.
You mean
The
the female football of Barcelona,
Barcelona,
where she played presently in Spain,
yes, she is on top of her game there,
and she do score regularly.
and she
She's a
scores
constant
regular.
scorer.
Presently, they are the older of the female version of the
Barcelona.
of
Yeah,
the
in
women Champions League,
okay,
Europa Women's Champions League.
Champions League.
They are the
Yes.
current winner.
Wow, wow,
They are the
wow.
current holder. After they defeated Lyon, Lyon have dominated the female football for
Over
a long time.
years, yes.
Now, Barcelona female team is making a statement to that they are there to make it looks competitive.
Fine.
And tonight at the
Hmm.
Audi Field in Washington, 11 p.m. Nigerian time, the Nigerian Super Falcon will be playing the US women team for the second time before they jet out to Australia and New Zealand.
And that draws my attention to the Nigerians in the United States based. Please turn out in mass to support your own, our own Super Falcons. Playing tonight in the Audi Field from the field of Washington, D.C. Let's celebrate our own. Took
Yeah,
whatever you have, step it aside, and go to the Washington, D.C., Nigerian based in US. I seize this opportunity to plead and apologize and urge everyone to support our own. Your own is our own. Support Nigeria over there. Yes, we are rounding it up as we prepare to watch the almighty German, the almighty heavy duty that is going to happen tonight. That's Chelsea Dynamo Zagreb.
5:45
Five
Nigerian
of
time.
yes, 5:45 Nigerian
Lastly,
time.
before we go,
Yes.
since time is no longer on our side, on the 30th of this month, the Nigerian Football Federation will be having its General Assembly.
Wow.
Ahmadu Pinnick, the current president of the Nigerian Football Federation, will be buying out. and there will be election to elect new teams.
Who do you think will replace him?
For now, I don't really know who are the candidates that have been screened and approved to contest. I know of Ida Peterside, who once said he wants to be the NFF chairman. The current vice president, Sheyi Akinwumi, wants to become the president. Then we have King Kong Kuzu, who also wanted to become the president of Nigerian Football Federation.
That will be a battle of feeding.
So whosoever will become the next president, we need to take our football to the next level. Looking at last weekend, where the Black Star of Ghana came to Nigeria and deprived the Nigerian home-based team from qualifying for Algeria 2003 Chan Nations Cup.
Wow.
It's the same Ghana team that deprived us
not to partake in
not
the upcoming World Cup in Qatar.
So whoever is coming in as FA chairman have a lot of work to do. Nigerian football is going down.
And as we said, we are the giant of Africa.
Even in the female football, you see the last African Women Championship, where South Africa won it for the first time.
Wow.
And we had in the final South Africa, Morocco. In the third place match, Zambia defeated almighty Super Falcon. It shows that football, female football, is growing everywhere in the world. So Nigeria should not sleep.
And as it is now, that also draws my attention to this proverb that says, is it that we are not doing fantastic work in the likes of football, or Nigerians should shun nepotism, imposing a player on a particular coach?
You see, like I keep telling people, everything in Nigeria, anybody that climbs to the ladder of success, there will still be a comma somewhere saying, nobody believes that we can. And we've seen it from past that the FA, members of FA, and some prominent people will always want to impose players on the coach, and that is not going well for our sport.
So how do we now move forward?
We should move forward by allowing merit to take place. Like I keep saying, even in the Veda Nigerian structure where we say we have Veda character, it shouldn't be Veda character. It should be merit character.
Merit character, irrespective of anywhere you find yourself, in any field, either sports, federal character, civil service, anywhere within Nigeria.
We should replace the Veda character with merit character.
That has been affecting us seriously
and
on
until
our
we
athletics.
Do that,
but kudos to our guys that just come back from the UK Olympics.
See, like I always said, that Nigerian spirit that I want to make it is always there. Somebody who grew up in the bush, in the rural area, not seeing things, and all of a sudden, through sport, is able to make it big. Today, Bolton Celtic, a basketball team in USA, is being coached by a Nigerian.
Wow, that's impressive.
And Mfon Udoka played for Nigeria in Koja 2003. He was part of the team.
That's a good image. So that's what we are talking of.
It makes me feel happy that a Nigerian guy can do it better
than any other one. Let's support ourselves in anything we do. We seize this opportunity to say thank you, sir, Mr. Stanley.
Thank you
for taking out of your time to come and say, okay, let's do it together on Sport Arena.
Yes.
And I think that once next time we call on you, we oblige our call.
I will always be there.
We thank you all for staying with us on Newsbuster NGTV Sport Arena. At this point, we drop the curtain. We'll meet again next week. Say bye for now.